This is Scorecard. Today on the program, we are in a local government that we had visited 2 years ago. And today we are back to the local government to discuss the COVID-19 busters and what the local government is doing in order to combat this dreaded disease within this community. Today's program can also be said to be a special edition because it's like a sweet homecoming for me to the roots where I was born, bred, and buttered. This is Wumi Ayeni. We're going to take this first break, and when we come back, the chairman is going to be seated with me, where I'm going to be taking him up on issues bordering on the development of this local government. Just stick around, we'll be back in just a bit. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, this is Scorecard. And like I said at the beginning of the program today, it's like a sweet homecoming for me in this local government that we are today in order to broadcast Scorecard to you. I was born, bred, and buttered here, and that's why it's always so exciting to come back to one's root and see what is going on here. It's our second visit anyway. We came here last 2 years when we came to profile the achievements of the current chairman of this local government so far. That was 2 years ago when he was celebrating some days in the office there. And it was quite spontaneous because we had quite a lot of achievement to take home with us. And now to wrap up the interview, because as we are all aware, the tenure of the local government chairman in Lagos State is winding to a close, and all of them are all hands are on deck in order to achieve tremendous success during this tenure. My guest is seated with me right now, and he's the chairman of Orile Agege Local Council Development Area. That's where I was born, like I said, bred and buttered. Let me introduce the chairman to you. It's so nice having you on the program today, sir.
Thank you, it's my pleasure.
Yeah, this is Honorable Sunday Johnson, the chairman of Orile Agege Local Council Development Area.
Well, let me pronounce my name very well. My name is Honorable Johnson Sunday Babatunde, the man with 2 English names.
Yeah, how has the experience been so far? Now that the administration of this local government is winding to a close, generally in Lagos State, how would you describe your experience so far?
Well, I've gathered tremendous experience here and there, and it has been quite challenging. Challenging in the sense that if you're a local government chairman and you really want to work, you have a lot on your hands. And if you are in the office you want to enjoy, you have all the time to enjoy. But the end justifies the means. And if the end justifies the means, and it has always been said that the end of a thing is better than the beginning. So we are having a very good end in office by the grace of God, because we still have about 4 to 5 months left for this administration to fully wind up. But I can tell you, I've really enjoyed the support of the people, including the staff, including the junior, the senior, the political class, and the populace. So it is quite challenging.
Wow. Yeah, as you're all aware, we are starting off with the COVID busters segment. And at this segment, we shall be talking about what the local government is doing and has done in order to combat the dreaded pandemic within this community. So, Chairman, let's start this way. When the coronavirus pandemic broke out, what were the enlightenment programs that you put in place in order to, first of all, tell the people what this disease is all about and what is expected of them to do?
Well, the COVID-19, as far as Nigeria is concerned, which Lagos State is the epicenter, started around March 2020. And like play, we were hearing it from China. It has been killing people, and people were just they were challenged about it. They don't really take it serious. Not until when the executive governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide came on here and told everybody that look, this thing is real. And I have to give kudos to him as a responsive and responsible governor, because he took the bull by the horns and immediately swung into action. He invited the strata of the society, he invited the council chairman, he invited the CDA chairman, he invited all other market men and women, and he began the sensitization. And if your guy started something, what will you, the follower, be doing? We quickly key into it by print. He even gave us printouts that we even duplicated here, printouts enlightening the people that this thing is real. It has been killing people and we must take precautionary measures. All the precautionary measures like making sure you wash your hands, making sure you put on your face mask, making sure you use sanitizer, in which in this local government we actually procure a lot of sanitizers, a lot of face masks, and we even decontaminate and we disinfect most of our public places, like the market, like the school, even streets, homes. We were doing that in order to key into the problem, because it's a global problem. It's a global problem to all our sundry. And since it is a global problem to all our sundry, we don't have any other option than to move with the trend. And thank God, the first phase went away before we are experiencing the second wave of the pandemic.
Okay. Yeah, we have observed that in most local governments here in Lagos State during the lockdown, they went about, giving food palliatives to people. Some made face masks, and also, what were those things that you did in order to cushion the harsh effects of the lockdown for your people here in this community? Then,
well, as I told you earlier, we made available a lot of face masks. Okay. I'm still having some of them. The one that we even made that time, I still have some of them in my car. We distributed, then at the initial stage, we were looking at, going on this local one, the one we closed. So we saw a lot of that. Departmentally, we distributed even on the street, in front of the council. Then the lockdown came. When the lockdown came, people started yarning, they started talking about food, people started crying of hunger, they are hungry, you put us home, we are not having anything to eat. This local government spontaneously reacted. We distributed rice, we distributed beans, bags, and we did it in such a way that we are having about 52 to 53 CDA. We gave it to all the CDAs. Go to your locality and distribute. And we did all those things in order to cushion the effect of the lockdown. And we even distributed sanitizers. We distributed the smaller ones. In fact, all hands were on deck, because there were even private donors. People were donating apart from the one we made from the local government. So we were able to, it was on air. It was on here. You can, the information unit can give you, the pictorial evidence of what we actually did during the pandemic.
Okay. Now, this is the question that will wrap up the COVID-19 Buster segment, and that is all about what are the programs you have laid in place in order to reassess the conformity of the people to the protocols of the COVID-19, especially now that the second wave is here.
Yes, you see, we just have to thank God. We have to thank God in His infinite mercy. If not for the mercy of God, it would have been so disastrous in Nigeria and in Africa. Why? Because our people are adamant. You sensitize, you tell them, people will tell you that. In fact, they were even saying it belongs to the rich, that the thing is killing the rich men. There is a wealthy in the society that the pandemic has actually come for, the COVID-19 has actually come for. But we, periodically, we are sensitizing them, we are telling them, periodically we decide to be distributing this. As you are coming in, you can't come into these premises without you being checked, without you washing your hands. You can see we bought even the machine that can even, what do we call it? Sanitize us. Share you understand me? So, in fact, in some few days' time, we are moving into the market again. We are moving into the school again to fumigate their environment. So those are the programs we have put in place regularly. We have a COVID-19 test center here. I've been there this morning to look at what is actually going on. People have been turning, and we want to appeal to people. If you have slight malaria, go for COVID-19 test. Any opportunity I have to address anybody, like I've been to the center of the national ID card, I told them those who have no business there, they should go. At every fora, at every place I go to, I'm sensitive, and I've told all those working with me in the political class, the councillors, the supervisors, I've told them any opportunity you have, please reiterate it into the ear of the people that they must keep safe, they must keep social distance, they must avoid, where a large number of people are gathered, and they must always put on their nose mask. And nobody wants to die.
Yeah, you're still on to scorecard, and at this point, we have to take another break. And when we come back, we shall be talking about the progress the local government has made in the last 2 years since we came here. We want to talk about how has the local government moved forward in the areas of infrastructure, education, environment, and human and free healthcare delivery within this community. So we'll be back in just a jiffy. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, today we are in Orile Agege Local Council Development Area, and the chairman is here with me. We have talked about his activities towards combating the dreaded coronavirus within this community. Yes, sir. Back to this moment. The last time we came, we went away with enough of your development activities towards improving this locality and 4 key areas of development. Then we talked about the infrastructure, the education, the environment, and then the human and healthcare development of this community. Now we want to know how far the local government had progressed since the last time we came in these 4 key areas of development. Well, we start with the infrastructure.
Well, when we talk about infrastructure, God has actually helped us. In fact, it is even beyond my own understanding, because anything I lay my hands upon, God backs me up. And we've recorded a lot of achievements in the area of drainage, in the area of road construction, and other infrastructural development. For example, when we came in, we moved around the local council development area. We visited schools, we visited markets, we visited some of the streets in order to have first-hand information about the position or the state of those infrastructure. And there is this area, we call it New Garage. This new garage came about when they were about to construct the Penn Cinema Bridge. And the people, they came to us and said, please, we need a place so that we can be doing our precasting. So we said, okay, there is a space at a new garage, come and take over the place. And by that time, we came newly, I think about barely 6 months when we came into the office. And I was appealing to them that part of your corporate social responsibility is that please help us to fix the road beside the market. Since you are making use of large parcel of land there, so after you might have finished the Penn Cinema Bridge, please just help us to do the road, just do the drainage. Since we are not asking you to give us a cover for what you are doing, if you have rented it from a private firm, I know how much you are going to pay for this so long. So they promised to do it. But as time goes by, I discovered they are not doing it. And when you talk about sanitary wise, the place looks unkept, and epidemic could break up. So one day I went there with my team. When we saw it, it was in a solid state, and we called the contractor. We advertised the place. It's about 6 streets, and I said we are going to fix it up. So we fixed it up with a covered drainage system, and I'm talking about Okesoya. I'm talking about James Okiki. I'm talking about Sonyeolu. I'm talking about Adebolu. I'm talking about Sonyeolu. I'm talking about Emmanuel Street. All these streets are very long streets that we fix their drainage. In fact, as I'm talking to you, the contractor is already bringing interlock system into the place. We want to interlock the place. Why do we have to do that? I have a vision that after the contractor handling the Penn Cinema Bridge will round up, that place will be there. So we need a mall. We need a mall in Orile Agege, a big mall like ShopRite or another one. So that will be befitting. I mean, it will be befitting. It will serve those estates and all other people around. But they need road network. That is responsible for our vision for that place. To the glory of God, it's there for you to see. It was a swampy area. It has been there for a very long time. People have been putting their houses for sale for about, some they are ready to sell as low as 3, 4, 5 million. But today, you can't see a house for 15, 20 million. The whole thing has skyrocketed. That is the economic benefit of what we are doing. Do you understand me? It's there for you. You see a lot of buildings springing up. Fine buildings springing up to the glory of God. And people really give us kudos for that. Well, our government is a government of service. It's a government of putting smiles on the faces of the people. And I can attest to it when I go out. I move freely among my people because I'm an indigenous of the place. So people, apart from what we have done, they know that personally we've been able to impact their life. On the area of education, apart from the last time you came, we talked about Zion African Church Primary School. But today, even secondary school is not under our purview. But when we moved around, I saw this dilapidated building, blocks of classroom, about 6. And then I appealed to the children. I said, please, oh, that was about 3.5 years ago. I said, please, that we have failed in our responsibility as your father, as your leader, in order to put you here. That we have failed, because we have failed. So I appeal to the children that we are coming back ever since. Because it's not within I'm in charge of primary school. But suddenly we decided to help them in fixing their roads. That was when we went there. I saw the building still standing. I said, wow, this is unacceptable. That was how we fixed girls' secondary school, junior school. We gave them 6 blocks of classroom with modern day toilet, world class toilets. You can go there and see the whole classroom. You find it tiles. We even did interlocking for them. You understand me? Go and see for your documentary. Then we move on to another school very close. That is comprehensive. The other one is girls' secondary school. We move to comprehensive. We were told that the children do normally off their dresses when during the sun. I say in Lagos, this is unacceptable. So we are fixing that one too now. And apart from that, we moved to primary school. I did primary school. They have a very beautiful compound, but there is one of the structure that is defective. We're moving to fix it. As I'm talking to you now, they are painting the place. That education-wise, we provided exercise with that is even on yearly basis. On every academic year, we print a lot of exercise books. We provide furniture. No school in Orile Agege, as I'm talking to you, that is not having a marker board. All our classrooms are fixed with marker boards. And presently, you can see downstairs now, we still have furniture there to be distributed. No school in Orile Agege that you find the children sitting on the floor. It is unacceptable. And we continue to provide that. And when we came in, there were these two children. They were crippled, including the mother, crippled. So we saw them, we are employed the mother in the same school to be taking care of the children. And after doing that, I think about 2-3 weeks ago when I went back there, maybe because of years of usage of their bicycle, we provided them with bicycle. I saw the children crawling again. I said, no. I ordered them to go and procure another, to get them another, is it, what do you call the bicycle they use?
Yeah.
The bicycle they use. So, the wheelchair. So that is what we have been doing. We've been able to do. On yearly basis, we provide our children with GC form. We provide them with JAM forms free of charge. And to the glory of God, some of them who got those forms, some are in higher institution, they will call, I've seen some. Have you forgotten me? You gave us, I'm in so university, I'm in so place. And this gladdens my heart. Empowerment. We are talking about infrastructure. Now, that is what we have been able to do. Then, you are talking of
environment.
Environment. On the issue of environment, desilting, we've been desilting our drainages, both tertiary and secondary drainages. We've been doing that, clearing our drainages, parking of refuse, and all the time motivating the PSP operators, keeping tap on them, making sure our environments are kept clean. On healthcare, yes, there have been so many healthcare programs, immunization, healthcare. That is where we check their BP, we check whether they have diabetes, and we recommend programs periodically. We organize it. And to cap it up, my vision for the local government concerning healthcare is to have PSC in all the 6 wards that we had now. I met 3 on ground, and these 3 I've added 2 now. By the grace of God, this will be commissioned between May and June. So I just have 2 wards to go. So in all, I'm having PHC in 4 of the 6 wards in this local government. And God's willing, if God should bring us back for the second tenure, and I can assure you, all our wards in this local government will be having PHC centers. And I'm not stopping at that. The question is, how do you want to fund those PHC? God has given me the vision. So I'm putting up an event center. And by our projection in a year, that event center should be giving us nothing less than 40 to 50 million. And this will be able to afford us to buy drugs into all this PHC. Apart from that, my vision is to have sick bay in all our school complexes. Do you understand me? All the school complexes in this local government should have a sick bay where the children will be taken care of. And one way or the other, if you are prudent enough, we can get a nurse in all these sick bays. So those are the things we've been able to do.
And now, quickly, before we wrap it up, let's look at the human development side. Local governments, in some cases, will say, okay, we give some cash benefits to the indigents of our local governments. Some will say we have been doing poverty alleviation programs. So some will say we engage our youths all the time. We give them vocational training. Let's talk about that briefly.
Well, as far as this local government is concerned, we've done so much when in terms of in terms of woman capacity development. For example, when woman capacity development is not limited to the public, even among ourselves, the staff, they go on periodical training. The political class, they go on seminars. Do you understand me? We've been embracing that. We've not been discouraging people from that. Now, on empowerment, this local government have been giving 100,000 every month to 20, at least 20 every month. And any month we miss, we'll merge it together. Like the one we did last, we gave 700,000 to 70 people at a go. Not only that, we look at the good boys, don't call them the area boys. We call them junction boys, junction boys. We provided them with 20 buses, 20 Korope buses, so that they will be using to earn a living. And we are not resting on that. We do give food items to widows on monthly basis. We give them, and on quarterly basis, we do another program. Like the other time, we train some people on the vocation, on trades, that is catering, this and that, and we equally empower them. We gave them tools to work with. And given the opportunity, given the budget of Lagos State, I will use it to perform wonders. So on this note, we've been able to impact our people positively to the glory of Almighty God. The security is paramount to us. I've been meeting with all the DPOs. I've been meeting with all the security agencies like the DSS, like the, what do we call them, civil defense, like the immigration. We do have our meetings, and when we are there to encourage them, we do that. But to cap it off, apart from the one we did in collaboration with the state by providing vehicles for some of these policemen, after the NSAS episode, we give God the glory that none of our police stations, none of them were touched. But immediately after that, we look at their vehicles, that the vehicles are inadequate. We provided patrol vehicles for them. For the 3 stations here, it was here on the TV. It is there for you to see.
Yes, this is Wunmi Ayeni, and you've heard it all from the horse's mouth here at the Orile Agege Local Council Development Area. Like I said at the beginning of the program, I was born, bred and buttered here in this place, and it's a sweet homecoming for me today. I'm still going to move around and see all the people I've seen in a long time here in this community today. We are going to wrap it all up today, and as we do every week, we shall go out there and talk to the vice chairman of this local government and the council manager, and from there we shall be saying our normal bye-bye on the program today. So thank you, see you next time.
The administration of the chairman of Orile Agege LCDA, in person of Mr. Babatunde Johnson Babatunde, has been a very proactive government. It's a government where it's a government for the people, by trying to elevate poverty through infrastructural developments. We've done a lot of infrastructural developments in this local government, particularly on the roads, drainages, health centers.